We need to unlearn the formula that generosity is just a one-way transaction, an outdated equation that assumes every open hand comes with unbalanced conditions, as if giving is a calculation with zero in return. As if a woman's worth was a valuation reduced to a fraction, where generosity is a contract, and history shows who drafted that. Because equality has long favored one gender in gaining from our giving, and in receiving as a woman, we were handed unwritten laws, unspoken norms, fine print hidden beneath every term, clause, and those laws, they weren't abstract. They were enacted, taught. Every subject endorsed, reinforced us to lessen our voice from classrooms, boardrooms, to our homes and living rooms. Quieten down, soften down. Don't be difficult. Be agreeable, they said. Be grateful. Don't fly higher than we can frame. Stay the same. Be tame. So they smoothed our sharp edges, bent the curve, suppressed our climb, redrew the line chart of our being, reframed, restrained, cropped us to sit within domesticated spaces. Within this lesson plan of patriarchy, we reluctantly learned to lessen. Just listen, without question. Give our time, give our labor, give our softness, just to prove we were enough. The instruction was simple. Pour until cups cracked, until lack looked like loyalty, until depletion looked like devotion. We gave endlessly. And the numbers didn't add up. But a movement of women before us had already begun charting new trajectories, plotting the foundations of inclusive territories, drafting blueprints on maps never originally meant to include them, recognizing their worth was more than the sum of a rigged equation. They fought the imbalance in front of them, shifting history on its axes, marching the picket line, carving voices of warriors into streets that once tried to resist them, demanding, commanding, reclaiming equal measure so that we would have space to grow our full futures. And in that defiance, a woman knows how to come back. Her persistence born from echo chambers of past resistance, aware, unemptied, open, emboldened to ask, who benefits from women being conditioned, positioned to give without equal provision? Who decided that gain is a selfish act, in self-care, in self-growth, in ambition, in independence? What if gain is collective becoming? After all, we gain because the women before us courageously gave. Their giving was not subtraction, it was addition, not division, but multiplication. So we give. Give to receive, give so others gain, give for all to gain. And this year, the equation is named: give to gain. This widening frame calls you and me to rewrite the art of giving, to include the art of receiving, so what was cropped out can step back in and allow us to paint differently, deliberately, not cautious giving, not reluctant giving, but abundant giving, and abundant gain, giving that builds layers of equity, giving that intentionally multiplies, shifts policies, closes pay scales, and opens probabilities, not for profit, but for societal progress, not for one, but for all. Each factor summoning the same courage that carried our foremothers forward, fortifying futures. For this work of art is exponential, reshaping the composition by drawing inspiration, knowledge, support, generosity, reworking palettes, recoloring canvases to foreground women that were once pushed beyond margins, placing the paintbrush back in our hands for us to permanently inscribe our names across spaces where history once erased us. So let's give knowledge to gain women in leadership who sculpt communities with innovation, intention, and a signature vision with unapologetic charisma. And as this equation shifts, we give visibility to gain a girl's imagination so she can draw worlds where possibilities outweighs difficulties. We give credit to gain another woman's confidence so she knows her canvas is not smaller, not softer, but just as bold as any other. We give funding to gain her future, far from poverty's oppression, where paint and ink are not rationed by restriction, but glisten. And when survival is no longer the struggle, we give mentoring to lift her forward, gaining momentum so that women can script the next act in unison, policy, power, participation. To balance the scale, we still give. Now, what will your hands give to gain? Will your hand sign policies so communities can ascend, so that all girls can grow up knowing a world was built for them? Each hand, one act, one point of contact, impacts, radiates outwards with ripples and circles widening. This is generational return, compounding, not charity. This is justice, accrued with interest. So, we need to unlearn the formula that framed generosity as loss and draft one that multiplies us. Because rewriting the equation is to re-educate a nation, which is to say, rewrite the lesson. Just listen. When anyone commands, demands a woman to quieten down, soften down, just keep giving, expect nothing. I give my voice, I sharpen my edge, I choose to be deliberate so other women gain. We do not wait for the portrait to change, we mold it in our own way. And as we step back to see the whole picture, we can all proudly say, I am not a fraction, my worth is not divisible, my giving is not depletion. When I work to lift other women, the scale does not tip against me. It builds and balances us all, solves the generosity question with reciprocity, where the art of giving equals the art of receiving. For together, when we give, we all gain. Give to gain.